Hi, I'm Jason Adams, and I'm here today with a true legend in Omaha entertainment scene. Welcome Andre Davis of Stepping Out Productions. Andre, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Andre, you've led an extraordinary life, from a 16-year-old DJ to a concert promoter, and it all started out with an interesting childhood and some very famous friends. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I met a lot of people, such as Michael Jackson happened to have been one of them.
Pretty famous guy.
Yeah, he's pretty famous, and unfortunately he happened to pass on, but, it started when I was very young as a kid. I became interested in music because the guys with the Four Tops, they used to take me back and forth to school. I was in elementary school, in kindergarten, first grade, and they were in my father's Boy Scout troop. Now, they were a few years older than me, but they were doing this for merit badges. And so, you get to take a kid to school. Well, you can earn a merit badge that way. And the Payton brothers, they lived on the same block that I lived on. And then Levi also, which was the lead singer, he lived on the same block. And then one of the other guys, he lived on a block away. Most of the people that was with Motown lived within anywhere from 5 to a 10-block radius of where we lived at. That includes those girls that were with the Supremes, that were the Primettes at the time. And they were from the Brewster Projects. And that was probably about 10 blocks away from where I live at. And when I was a kid, we used to go up there swimming. And then they had different activities in the gym at the Brewster Center. All these guys would get together and go in there and sing.
Now, you've also have a famous relative as well.
One of my relatives was the bass singer of the Temptations, which was Melvin Franklin. And then I have another relative, which is Tyrone Davis, who's a blues singer from out of Chicago. And then I had relatives who owned recording studios in Chicago. And when I started, originally when I first started, I was about 16 years of age. And the guy lived across the hall from me was a disc jockey. And he asked me would I like to go up to the radio station with him. And the radio station happened to be WCHB Radio in Detroit. But they were located in Inkster, Michigan, which is like Elkhorn is to Omaha. Excuse me. And so anyway, I said, yeah, hey, sounds exciting. And so he showed me everything and how to operate the stuff in the studio. And on Saturdays, he would have a live radio broadcast. He had singers and vocal groups and that would come in the air and sing a cappella over the air, which was kind of unique.
Yeah, it makes for an interesting upbringing. I mean, to be surrounded by these people from, like you said, the Temptations, basically, the Four Tops, and just to be right in the heart of that had to have been a great thing to come up and realize as you got older and realize the scale of what these people would achieve and stuff. So I'm sure that was great.
Well, and from, just being around the radio station and that, excuse me again, the allergies, here in Nebraska. It's a lot different than living in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's because you're surrounded by water.
Yeah.
But anyway, they would have, it's kind of like concerts, but they wasn't concerts. They were shows, what they would call a show or dance, or show and dance. And the artists would come there and perform, and I got an opportunity to introduce a lot of the recording acts, not only just from Detroit, but acts that were out of Chicago, Philadelphia, Ohio, the New York area as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and from Washington, D.C. as well.
Excellent. At some point, you made the jump to Omaha and dabbled in show promotion as well, or dances and stuff of that nature. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, when I came here to Omaha, I brought some of the ideas with me from Detroit, and I thought it would work here. And I started promoting local groups. And I had a band that was called the New Breed of Soul, and we had a vocal group that was with us that was, they would come out as a featured act. And then the band that I had started out with 5 members, and they grew all the way to almost 11 members at one time. They went up, down, but, and I started with that, and from from there, I promoted different other things. Then I started promoting all my own dances. And from the dances, I went to the Civic Auditorium to promote some teenage dances. This was on a Saturday night. And from there, we went to, which was a warehouse out in Carter Lake. Joe Malik, who owned the warehouse in Carter Lake, wanted me to come out there and to promote his dances. And Carter Lake Warehouse would hold around about 4,000 people. Civic Auditorium, where we were at, hold around 2,000. And then he had me start at Sprite Night, which was Joe Malik, who owned Peony Park, who also owned the Carter Lake Warehouse. And we had about probably 4,000 out there that night. And I forgot one of the most important things, which was two that I did, which was on Sunday night. We went to Skateland. The Skateland.
Another reference everybody will know.
Skateland, I think, originally only hold probably about 500, maybe 600. And we had over 1,000 kids that was there every Sunday night. Now, during the daytime, we would be in the park on the Omaha side, on Levi Carter Park, which is Carter Lake also. And we promoted dances out there. And you see how maybe 14,000 people out there.
You were telling me in an earlier conversation that we had about an instance where the Jackson